Welcome to the Cox3.com post-game show. It was all Tesoro as the Titans defeat the Trabuco Hills Mustangs 52-27 here on the Cox3 Sports Game of the Week. And thanks for joining us along with Bob Gibson. I'm Mark Keller. Well, it was close at halftime, 22-16, but Bob, in the second half, it was all Tesoro as they went on a 30-11 run.
Well, holding the Mustangs to single digits, basically, except for that last second three-pointer. But 8 points functionally from that second half for Trabuco. As bad as things were in that second quarter, it just carried over. It was just a bad night overall for the Mustangs. But I think a lot of that, too, was the product of the defensive pressure that Tesoro put on tonight. The Titans were really on a mission here tonight, especially on the defensive side. And I really think that was the difference in the game here tonight. That's what frustrated Trabuco into some ill-timed shots at points.
You know, right now the Titans are on a major roll. They win by 25 tonight. They won by 31 earlier this week against San Juan Hills. They are going to be a very tough out in the upcoming CIF basketball playoffs.
Well, look how quickly it turns around. Trabuco looked like the team that was going to come out of the CVU League race as the hot team heading into the postseason. Tesoro now looks that part now. They look like the team that's going to be a tough out come playoff time.
Let's kind of break down the way that this game took place here tonight at Tesoro High School in Las Flores, California. Your final stats is put together by Mr. James Covarrubias. The Stangs held to just 24% field goal shooting, Tesoro 40%. Look at that for Trabuco Hills, just 3 of 16 from three-point range. Tesoro not pretty either at 2 of 10. Plus 10 from the free throw line. Tesoro dominates there. Way too many turnovers for Trabuco Hills. That's 17 of those. And Tesoro out-rebounding 13-10.
Most of those turnovers coming off that terrific defensive pressure, as I talked about earlier.
Let's take a look at some highlights from this one. First, Aaron Harris, the only player to hit double digits. He had 13 points. Nice elevation on the jumper, and then going Windex with the second chance opportunity.
Just tough night overall, and Tesoro, once they got their offensive going down low, you see right there Nick Pallas, once they were able to get those entry passes into him, he did a nice job finishing around the rim all night. That's when I think the Tesoro offense really got going.
Yep, and then look at this play on right there. Harris taking it to the hole for the basket, good, and offensively, they work it down low to Idris Jackson. He led the way with 13 points on the night. Vikorovic had 12 and 10 for Pallas. There's one more jumper made by Aaron Harris. But look at the power play move by Nick Pallas. That's just too much at 6'8", 245. Your overall numbers, 52-27. Harris, 13 points and 7 rebounds. Robertson had 6 points and 2 rebounds. Meanwhile, for Tesoro, Jackson, a pretty double-double at 13-13. And Pallas had 10 points and 7 rebounds. Well, joining us on the post-game show is the winning coach, Steve Garrett. And, Coach, first of all, congratulations on a dominating performance.
Great, thanks. Yeah, I'm really proud of the guys. They did a good job. I thought our defensive effort really anchored us tonight.
Yeah, that seemed to have really set the tone. Talk about that pressure defense and how important that was for you to get to that early lead and then eventually be able to blow things out tonight.
Yeah, well, I just thought it was key that we got off to a good start. You know, Sean really prepares his kids well. He's a great coach. He's done a great job over there at Trabuco. And I felt like we really did need to get off to a good start. It wasn't a big lead, but just that momentum to just kind of stay on top of things was important for us. Yeah.
I noticed after the game, you were talking to Aaron Harris for quite a bit after the game. What did you tell the young man?
Oh, I just told him I don't know if I'm going to be able to see him again, so I just wanted to say how proud I am and just to let him know how much he's improved this last year. You know, I got to see him maybe one time last year, a couple times, and he's just a great leader. I just love how he really attacks the rim, and he's a good kid, good kid. Just want to congratulate him, that's all.
Coach, did you challenge your team to put up this kind of defensive pressure here tonight, or is this something that this group kind of got together and said, hey, we're going to come out and really, you know, put that pressure on and force them into some bad shots like you did tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody knows defense, you know, is what wins games and wins championships, and so we're just trying to continue to get better week in and week out with having pride in that, you know, and when we take pride in that, you know, we put ourselves in good position to win. You know, you don't expect it to shut down a team maybe for 8 points or 11 points there in the second half, but you know, you just know you got to be consistent in it, and you know, if you can rattle off 4, 5, 6 stops and give them only one shot, that's that's what we're looking for.
Really,
As you take a look back at your tough non-league schedule, when you were taking on the La Costa Canyons and the Comptons, the Santa Margaritas, those games really got you ready for league, didn't it?
Yeah, and it's hard when you're going through that stretch to convince 16, 15, 16, 17-year-olds that this is all for a greater purpose when, you know, everything's about the bottom lines with winning and losing. So it's hard to do that, to convince them when you're going through it. It was really tough stretch. You know, Orange Lutheran was in there, La Costa, St. Augustine of San Diego, Compton. And, I feel like playing that tough schedule has helped us. You know, we've kind of, you know, come out of the dark clouds and started winning some games. And I feel like it does pay off. Yeah, and it has paid off.
Is this the best all-around game you've seen your team play this season?
Yeah, we put it together pretty nicely tonight. It was great. It was a good crowd, and having you guys here was great for these kids. You know, you want to create an atmosphere like this so that it's a great high school experience. You know, and that's what's good.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the victory.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
52-27. You win by 25. You're in a first-place tie now, 5-1 in the league.
Yep.
Your team is 14-10 overall.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for being here tonight, guys.
And
Appreciate
Steve, we hope you feel better. We know you've been a little bit under the weather.
You'll feel a lot better after a win like this.
Yeah, feel a lot better.
Well, your final score, once again, it's Tesoro 52 and Trabuco Hills 27. For Coach Steve Garrett and my broadcast partner, Bob Gibson, I'm Mark Keller saying so long from Tesoro High. You've been watching the Cox3.com post-game show. Until next time, so long and good night from Tesoro High School in Las Flores, California. The Titans, they say, hey, we want at least a piece of the league title. Good night, everybody.